It felt like this was a story that needed to be told. Gone through my own mental health challenges. Don't underestimate yourself.
Che Ugwuala, the quiet storm building global strategy by day, community by heart, and a life that feels as intentional as he is. All right, so Che, I want to thank you for being on ShineAF. I'm very
Yes.
excited to meet you. Can I just say, first of all, I'm geeking out right now because it's one thing to see you on LinkedIn because I already thought you were cool. So then, of course, now meeting you, I'm like, oh my God, he's even cooler in person.
Oh,
This is my version of in person. So,
of course, of course. I love that. No, thank you.
so before we dig into how you are shining in this season, I have to talk about Linky Link because I
Let's
want to
go.
know like how it started, how it's going. I love it, but I just want the viewers to kind of, tell us some more about Linky Link and what was the whole thing behind it.
No, thank you so much, one, for inviting me to your space so we can both shine AF. I love
Yes.
that. I love this platform that you're developing right now. And yeah, and I love that we're having this conversation. For those of you guys who don't know, Linky Link is basically what I've been calling LinkedIn. So I felt like LinkedIn could use a little bit of flavor.
Yes.
And I felt like the platform has always just been about very much a performative version of your professional self.
Mhm.
And it didn't really give way to a level of just sort of genuine authenticity that talked about the whole person. And I think for me, I wanted to be able to, well, first of all, one, I'm not on any other socials besides LinkedIn.
Oh,
So,
really?
so I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Twitter. And that was really intentional. Quite
Okay.
frankly, during the pandemic, I was just like, I'm doom scrolling. I need to refocus my energy on other things. And at that time, I felt like LinkedIn was like it felt safe. It felt like I'm
Right.
not going to find myself doom scrolling on LinkedIn for hours on hours. But then at the start of this year, something clicked. I think I posted getting my kids ready for school, doing all this stuff. And it was sort of like a congratulatory post, something funny that you would post about getting a new job. But for me, it was like,
Right.
listen, I was able to get through the day. And that post just got a lot of people's attention. And I was just like, oh, maybe there's something here about LinkedIn is maybe just not just about me posting about my professional wins, but it could also be about me posting about my very personal wins as well. And that's how it really all got started. It was just like, all right, well, this is something interesting. Let me lean into this a little bit more. And so over time, I've started to become a bit more intentional about what I post and
Mhm.
trying to also define what my platform is as well. But I like to just say that I like to present myself with as much authenticity, giving you guys a backdoor view or inside look into what's going on in my mind. And which is why I say I say the things that are on your mind, right? I say the things that you probably want to say, but then don't necessarily feel comfortable saying, and in a space that's supposed to be considered a professional space. And so a lot of what I do too is also reclaiming the use of AAVE too, as well, but utilizing it in my own way and being able to utilize that in a way that I think there's this big juxtaposition of, oh, this is a corporate setting. You're not supposed to necessarily be talking the way that you would talk with your friends. And I'm just like, no, I want to be able to show up as myself in this space as well. And I want to give people the freedom and the ability and the courage to also do the same thing too. So it's been a very amazing year in terms of being able to establish myself on the platform. I'm still a little baby influencer or content creator. I'm not there yet, but I think it's been great the reach that I've been getting and the people that have just been coming to my platform and the community that I've been growing and the opportunity to connect with amazing people like you.
Oh, well, thank you. But I'm telling you, I love it because I feel like every time I read your posts, not only does it make me laugh and giggle, but it is truly, if I was in an office setting, I would use your post as far as like break time. Like
Oh, really?
I need this like woosah.
Like I need to
So
decompress.
yeah,
Yeah,
I need to
yeah, yeah.
decompress. But even, just as I'm working by myself, your posts are just always just so refreshing. And I love that you said
Thank you.
flavor. That's what we
Yeah.
need. I get so tired of people are LinkedIn is professional.
Yeah.
Professional people have personal lives. Like we
Right.
don't just wake up in our office space. You know what I mean? Like before I even think about this 10-year-old up And
Yeah.
that is a job. I got to feed
Right.
him, make sure he's on the bus. I might
Right.
have my husband calling me and be like, do I have a dentist appointment? I don't know. Do you have a
Yeah.
dentist appointment? It's just, is life be life and
Life is
including
life.
the LinkedIn. So this whole idea of like, it's a professional space. I'm like, no, it's just a space that happen to have professionals, you know?
That's listen. It's too early for this. Yes, that's right. It's a space that just happens to have professionals and are multifaceted, right? We're multidimensional human beings. And it irks me that we feel like we need to be certain things on certain platforms, right?
Yes.
And so, no, I want to be able to come in and showcase my full self. Obviously, there is a little bit of a professional angle to it to an
Right.
extent, right? Not all of my content is about shits and giggles. Some of it is also about how do you navigate the workspace, especially as a person of color? How
Thank
do you
you.
navigate corporate America? I'm a longtime Googler of 10 years, and I like to be able to give the behind the scenes of what it's like to work at Google because oftentimes I feel like there's this mythology around the types of people that Google generally accept or hire. And I like to tell y'all that the people that I work with, they're just like me and you, right?
Yeah.
They're no one special, right? But I think a lot of people think that they're never going to be able to make it into a company like Google. And I'm like, no, don't set yourself low, right? There are so many people that I work with that are incredibly talented, but they're no one special. And so I try to break that down for folks, giving them the courage, giving them the perspective around my own story on how I got to Google and letting them know that I can make it at Google and be here for 10 years. You can certainly do the same thing as well.
I love that because I came from the tech industry too, and I work for
Oh,
some big
nice.
powerhouse tech companies too. And I think it's that misconception said that everybody looks a certain way, and I'm like, no, not really.
Mm,
And I want to say behind the scenes, as far as the backbone for the companies, a lot of people look like us. That's
yeah.
why I always loved when I interviewed people for my team, and they'd be pleasantly surprised when I pop up. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know that I didn't know she was looking
Okay,
for it."
okay.
I'm
Like
like,
we got a
yeah.
sis over here too. This is great.
Like, there's a lot of black tech people.
There's
Hello.
a lot of melanin out here. Well, come on, y'all. Especially in Atlanta. What in Google Atlanta office is mini HBCU?
Like I
I'm
used to
just
tell
saying.
recruiters all the time, and they'd be like, "I can't find black people in tech. Really, I can just open my
Mm,
home door and throw a rock, and I'm gonna hit
mm,
you people."
exactly. In your
So,
neighborhood, right? I love that. I love that.
well, again, I'm so glad you're here. ShineAF is a passion, a personal project for mine because I truly believe
Hmm.
that everybody has the ability to shine.
Yeah.
For me, I want this thing to just really focus on people shining AF, shine as bright as you can.
Yeah.
So I want to interview people who not only do I find interesting, which I know the audience is also going to find interesting. That's why when I reached out to you, I was like, oh my God, please, please be one of my first guests.
Oh
And
my gosh.
when you're like,
Wait, hold
yes,
on
I
a
was
second.
like,
Am I one of your first guests?
yes,
Stop it. Really?
yes, yes.
Y'all stop. For real?
For
Let,
real. That's why when you said yes, I was like, I have hit the jackpot. So
oh, you know
yes.
what? You just made my whole day, my whole year, my whole 2025. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Oh,
go ahead.
yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this will be nice. So, want to start out obviously with the opportunity for you to inspire everyone, and then we're going to dive
Okay.
into, and then we'll have some fun stuff and get to know you a little bit
Okay.
more. When you hear the phrase shine AF, what does that mean to you personally?
Talking to Nicole. Talking to Nicole Gray. That's what it means. The way I interpret that for myself is leading with authenticity, really.
Mm,
Being able to show up in spaces with the courage of being your full self. And for me personally, I feel like it's taken me a really long time to feel comfortable in my own skin
mhm,
and also feel like the way that people view me
mhm,
is also the way I also view myself, but also in a way that I think we're sometimes also our own worst critic.
oh,
And I found that about myself, right? I think people would view me a certain way, and I'm just like, I don't know who you guys are talking about because that is not that person. That's not the way that I see myself. But I've gotten to a place where I feel like and I'm really full alignment around people's perception of who I am to actually like who I really know who I am. And I think the more and more that I feel comfortable in that, It's allowed me to feel more confident about expressing myself in the most genuine and the most authentic way where I don't feel like I need to always second guess myself and that I can attract the right people as well. And so that to me is what ShineAF feels like is living in your truth, living in authenticity, aligning yourself around the version you are and attracting the right types of people to come within your orbit as well.
You said everything there because I know for me, I feel like the same way as far as it's nothing like being so comfortable in your skin.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like for so many years it was like you, everybody would see this, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not that. Like automatically
Right.
everybody always goes, "Oh, you have to be an extrovert." Yeah, I have
Yes.
extrovert tendencies, but I am
Yes.
very homebody by myself. Like
Mm.
I just kind of I could just be watching TV. Like I really don't have to be in the mix. I think everybody
Right.
thinks as soon as I walk in the room, I'm working it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can work a room, but
Yeah.
I don't want to do that all the time.
I don't want to do it all the time. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, like I can come through and give you a little something, something, but that's not like my always.
Right.
That's not my like
Right. But I feel
always
like
on.
people think people like us were always on. And it's like, it's
Yeah,
really the complete opposite. I'm
yeah,
not always on.
mm-mm.
So,
Yeah. No,
all
that's
right.
exactly it.
So, what's one moment in your life or career where you had to remind yourself to shine even when everything felt messy?
That's a really good one. I would say this is getting a little deep, but I actually don't mean this in a laughing matter, but I went through a major mental health crisis at the start of the year.
Okay.
And I would
Sorry to
say
hear
that
that.
that was also something that contributed to, I think, me catapulting and utilizing LinkedIn as a platform for just general holistic expression of just like who I am as a being.
Mhm.
I I look at the platform as being very therapeutic. And so when I was going through my journey at the start of this year, really battling some pretty deep depression, to be quite honest, I utilize the platform as a way of just sort of connecting people and letting people know about my story and
Mhm.
the things that I've been going through personally and quite frankly being incredibly vulnerable, taking up space in a platform that doesn't really talk about mental health issues that much, where things people are just talking about their next promotion, felt like definitely a juxtaposition, but it felt like this was a story that needed to be told, and in a way it's been able to evolve itself where I don't necessarily second guess what I'm posting because I know what I'm posting means something to someone and that it's going to hopefully help them in whatever they're going through in that day. And I think what also is like really helpful too is this amazing feedback loop that I get from the community as well. So not only from people who I don't know, letting me know that my vulnerability is helping them out, but then also getting getting to interact with my coworkers who see me on Linky Link and just like, wow, I really love what you're posting. And it's really resonating. And it's like, no one's talking about this. Please continue to do it. And so, in a moment of darkness, I think for me,
Mhm.
ironically, this platform has served as a bright light for me to be able to shine some of that. And people who know me, right? I think that when people who know me, they'd be so surprised to know that I've gone through my own mental health challenges
Yeah.
because to just think that I'm just really like, a very extroverted individual, always happy and smiling. And I also want people to know that depression takes shape and forms in so many different ways. And I wanted to be sort of that, I wanted to be that spokesperson to just let people know that like, if I can go through something like this,
Hmm.
any of us can go through something like this. And so it's just so critically important to check in on yourself. And so I think going through that darkest time, but finding a way to create this platform has just been the biggest, I guess, accomplishment for myself this year, having these wonderful discussions with beautiful humans like you.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And thank you for really opening up because, to me, that's just a testament of we all go through storms.
Yeah.
But I've always believed after every storm, what do you see? A rainbow. And
Yeah, for
that
sure.
usually what gets me out of those places. And I've been there too. And I know that's really
Yeah,
hard. That's why a lot of times for me, I see LinkedIn sometimes as like journal entries,
it is.
you
I'm
know?
like, let me
So
write in my diary real quickly.
right. And it's just, happens to have, 1,000 people might be reading it.
Yeah.
But that's what I love when just even one or two people be like, you know what, you don't understand what your words meant to me. And then it's like this,
Yes.
because I know when I'm writing it, I'm feeling something. And it's kind of
Hmm.
like people don't understand when you kind of expose yourself, you don't know what you're gonna get. There's gonna get some
Yeah,
trolls coming
exactly.
in, like you really should be talking about work and things like that.
Right, right.
But when I get more people saying, you don't know that on that particular day, I needed those words, I'm like, you know what?
Yes.
Thank you. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's like that positive reinforcement that
Yes.
the work that I'm doing on this platform, the stories that I'm sharing is really resonating with people and it's hitting
Hmm.
people in a different way, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And so yeah, like I love that, and I love that we've gotten to a place where the platform in itself is starting to really shift. Like people like you and me and other folks out there who
Yes.
are talking about much broader issues or topics that make the platform feel more,
Inviting.
yeah, inviting. Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Inviting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So confidence isn't always loud. What does it look like for you when it's quiet?
What does it look like to me when it's quiet? I think that you don't always need to be the loudest person in the room. And from my perspective, I also don't need to be the first person in the room to come up with a response, right? I feel like oftentimes we misconstrue one, the person who's the loudest person in the room, or the person who has the quickest and fastest answer. And
Hmm.
we tend to follow those people. And I tend to operate a little bit differently, right? I need to process and
Hmm.
digest information in order for me to come back with a more thoughtful, well thought through response. And I found that over time in my career, because I think I've tried to emulate what I thought was confidence, what I thought success looked like, right? And have quickly realized that, like, nah, like these people are just making this stuff up. Right, they just making this stuff up. And for me, like leading with confidence and leading with intention requires me to take a step back and really think through things, implications for myself, implications for my team, and then come back with what a plan looks like. And so I think for me, it's like confidence in that sense is taking a moment to truly reflect on what really matters and then
Hmm.
coming out with an output that is done with intention and is done with meaning.
I love that. Because see, that's very similar to me. I like to observe. I'm a people watcher. I love
Hmm.
people. So I can't give you an answer right away. I kind of have to just see like scope the room,
Yeah,
because like
read the
you said,
room.
yeah, you gotta have your loud Larrys.
Yeah.
They
Not
automatically think the
Larry.
people who are the people who are quiet don't know anything or they don't have an answer. No, we do. We're just, we I know you got to get that out of your system before I can come. I don't have
Right,
like you
right,
said, I don't have to be first.
right.
So
Exactly. I also feel like LinkedIn is also a very interesting platform where it's a combination of obviously like video, photos, and also text. And text plays a really big medium in terms of how a lot of people get their messaging out there. And what I like to say too is that, like, for those people who may not be the loudest person in the room, I
mhm.
think this platform offers you the ability to be a very thoughtful and intentional
Yes.
person on uh, and a platform that reaches millions of people. So that's a different type of quiet confidence that you can use that as a way of being able to get to people, but in the but doing so very intentionally.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. All right, who or what helps you get your shine back when life tries to dim it?
Mm.
I know I'm
Yeah,
just
that's a
hitting you with
really
all
that's
these.
that that's a
Jay's like,
yeah. I'm
wait.
just like, whoa, okay, all right. What time is it? Okay. Okay, so really big on this idea of creating a legacy. And I've got 3 kids. My oldest son is 10, and then I've got twin girls that are 7. And they are my universe. Everything that I do in service because I want to create something meaningful for them, but not also just for them, but I also want to be a change agent that generationally, the work that I'm doing now will help impact their kids if they decide to have kids and their kids' kids. And so I also reflect on just also the opportunities that I've been given and the people that came before me as well, and the sacrifices that I know that they had to make. And I think both those things, both what I've been given and what I want to give and who I want to give it to, are things that when I'm feeling like I don't got it in me right now, reflecting on that, I'm on the shoulders of people who went through some crazy ass shit just for me to be here. And so having that in the back of my mind and knowing what I want to be able to accomplish to move my legacy forward keeps me grounded, gives me the sort of the reset that I need till we got business to do. Let's do it.
Yeah. Don't you love the babies give us life?
They give us so much life. And they take a lot too, but they give us so much life though.
That's a whole
Yeah.
nother show. We'll come back
That's a
and
whole
talk
other show.
about
Yeah. They give it and they take it.
right. If someone watching this is struggling to believe in their own light, what would you tell them right now?
Don't underestimate yourself. We all have unique gifts, whether or not you know what those gifts are or have acknowledged what they are. You've got something special that the world needs. And I like to remind myself that as well, to try not to forget that I come in with a set of skills, set of unique perspectives, set of gifts that I've been given. And it's my duty to utilize those gifts for the betterment of other people. And I just think that so many people don't realize the potential that they have and what they're fully capable of doing. And I just want to remind people to just remember that you came into this world for a reason, and it's up to you to figure out what that reason is and how you can utilize that to bring joy to others and also to yourself.
I love that. I love that. Reminds me of the quote Tina Turner said, "We are all born with gifts, and mine is singing and dancing." So,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, okay,
exactly.
Tina.
Go ahead, Tina. Listen, that is exactly it.
All right, so we're going to switch it. We've gone to the deep side of the pool. Let's go to the shallow
Okay.
side. We're gonna have some
Okay,
fun.
cool. All
All
right,
right,
cool.
so
Let's do it.
if your confidence had a theme song, what would it be and why?
I actually got this question similarly before,
Hmm.
and it's basically what I listen to get myself hyped up. And I love to listen to Lose Yourself by Eminem from the 8 Mile soundtrack
See,
because
oh, okay.
it sets me off. I'm like,
See,
okay,
this guy knew what he was doing. He is not playing right now. Do you know
mhm.
that is my song? That is
Really?
my hype song
That's
before
my hype
a
song.
meeting or if I go on stage or just something. I've done that before
Yes.
interviews. Like I just need that.
I'm just like, I'm with you. I'm with you, Marshall. I'm with you right now. Okay? Like give me everything right now. Lift me up. I need to lose myself.
I feel like I hear that song and I can lift a car. Okay.
Yes. 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 No, Marshall knew what he was doing when he wrote that song.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so that
Okay.
is like my go-to. I need this to like really lift my spirits up,
Yeah.
like help me meet this moment type of the thing. So yeah, that's what I kind of correlate to like what confidence looks like for me.
Oh my God. I'm so loving this right now. All right. Now, I was so excited about this question when it came to you. Who would play you in the movie version of your life?
Me, because no one else can do it better. Y'all just gonna have to hire me. Um, no, let me just stop. Let me stop. You know, I wouldn't be mad if Michael B. Jordan was like, you know, if he was honored to play me in the movie version
Right.
of myself. Maybe Danny Glover, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but we're talking about like Lethal Weapon, young Danny Glover, not Danny Glover today.
Yeah.
We're talking about Danny Glover back in the day. Danny
Wait,
Glover.
are we talking about the same Danny Glover? Hold on, hold on. Am I wrong? Wait, oh no, not that Danny Glover. My bad. Wrong person.
Are you talking Donald Glover?
Donald Glover.
Okay.
Yeah, not Dan. Man, no, wrong Glover. I meant Donald Glover.
We
My
had
bad.
D Glover, but we just
Yeah,
named it
yeah.
Glover.
The D's were just mixed up a little bit. I meant Donald Glover.
And I can so see that now that you got the right one.
My bad, y'all.
That's okay.
I meant Donald Glover, y'all.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. What's one trend or moment right now that makes you either roll your eyes or shout yes?
Ooh, that's a good one. Let me just think about that one real quickly.
Well, while you're
Mm,
doing that, I can tell you the one because I have a 10-year-old. I'm over 6'7". So I'm just putting
wait, what
that.
is that?
Your kids haven't done that yet?
No, what is
That
that?
is the biggest thing right now from kids who are, I don't know, 7 to 12 or 8 to 13 or whatever. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just this thing of 6'7", and you gotta do the hands. That's what I'm doing the hands.
We gotta like wait, what? Is that a regional thing? Is that down
No,
south? It's
it's like
everywhere?
it's a big thing. Just okay, Google it and you'll
Okay.
see. And I bet if you ask your 10-year-old, he'll be looking at you like, how do you know about 6'7"?
Yeah, how do you know about
Yeah,
six seven?
it's a thing.
It's a
It's a
thing?
thing.
Well, dang, I haven't come across that just yet. I think maybe the trend that I'm appreciating is, and hopefully it's not a trend, and it's almost like what we're doing right now,
Mhm.
is the empowerment of people taking ownership of their own personas and their own personal
Mhm.
brands
Mhm.
and creating platforms and outlets where they can express themselves is, for me, it gets me hyped. I think that this is such a beautiful movement right now that's happening. And I feel like there just needs to be more of that. And I also just think employers also just need to take a page off of what your employees are doing, right? Take a page and don't feel threatened. I mean, like, they are your biggest advocates. They're going to be your biggest mouthpiece. Your employee building a brand for themselves can
Mhm.
only not only help that employee, but then also, I think, help y'all too.
It's a
Um,
reflection of them,
it's a
really.
reflection of them, really,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I'm just loving this, as this is what we're doing right now. I don't
Mhm.
think a few years ago this would have been like, I think I talked about what it looks like to have your own personal brand, but in the context of like the
Yeah.
workplace, but nothing beyond actually creating a platform where you're building a community around your personal brand. And I think that's something that gets me hyped. And I'm excited to see how this continues to sort of take shape and take form, to be quite honest.
Well, and I can tell you, as a woman and a Black woman, I
Yeah.
appreciate that too, because a lot
Yeah.
of times I would not get this opportunity if it was like a, traditional media or something like that. So to
Right.
be able to say, well, I'll just do my own, I mean, I think that's huge.
It's
So
huge.
yeah,
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, we're taking the pen and we're writing it, right? Like, we're owning it.
exactly.
And I love that.
Yeah. All right. Coffee, cocktails, or mocktails? What's your go-to fuel? And it doesn't have to be one of
Yeah,
those.
it would be a cocktail.
Okay. What's
I
your
love
what's
a
your
good
cocktail?
I love a good old fashioned.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
Yep, yep,
Yep.
yep. I'm not a coffee drinker at
I'm
all.
I'm not either. People
Yeah.
say I drink bougie coffee. Like I'm like, a white mocha, kind of
Mm.
thing. And people
Yeah,
are like,
yeah,
that's not
yeah,
really
yeah.
coffee. I'm like, yeah, because I love the smell. Don't get me wrong.
I love the smell too.
Love the
Yeah.
smell. But I'm just not really a big coffee person.
Yeah. And I tried to get on the bandwagon. Like, I bought myself a really nice espresso machine that's just sitting there collecting cobwebs. But it's just like not for me. Like, I don't get the hype sometimes. I'm like, this tastes nasty. Like, what?
And plus, I don't need that. I think we don't need that caffeine. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think I'm good. I will get myself like a nice like chai latte or whatever,
Yeah.
but that's to
Yeah.
the extent of like, I mean, obviously that's not coffee, but that's to the extent of where I go.
Yeah. See, that's me.
But
I'm a white mocha latte, and everybody's like, it's so
yeah.
sweet. And I'm like, that's enough for me. That's
Yeah,
enough
it's
for me.
enough for me.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. So finish this sentence. Right now, I'm shining AF because,
I'm living my best life.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life in authenticity, making decisions that benefit me, and I say this because when I'm right, then everyone else in my orbit is going to be right. And so I think that also just like that concept took me a while to really understand because I am a person that operates in servitude and
Mm.
I want to be able to give back as much as I can and to help others. But I think what I had to understand and learn is that I have to make sure that I'm right, that I'm good, I'm doing things in service of myself, that I'm healthy in order for me to be able to pour back into others in the most effective, meaningful way. So I'm living my best life. Like
Yes.
I just got my own bachelor pad back here a couple of weeks
Yes.
ago. I just moved in here and curating the space, making it feel me. It's
Mm.
become my sanctuary. Like when I come here, I feel centered, I feel relieved. And this is exactly what I wanted this place to be. And I'm actually working on a platform surrounding this idea of inviting people in and utilizing the space to do that. And so I'm just living my best life right now. I'm just trying to do things that bring me joy so that I can also give that joy out.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Like I said,
Hasn't
you already had me in the beginning, but then when you said lose yourself, I was like, okay, bruh.
oh man. Like listen. Listen.
So, yes,
I
yes, this
love
is
that.
awesome. This is awesome. I can't wait for, I'm not even gonna say years from now, I'm just gonna say months from now or whatever, when I'm watching something on a national level and they talk about Che with Linky Link, and I'll be like, oh my God, I remember him when. I
Oh wait,
remember.
really? You think that? Dang. Listen, you really making my 2025 right now. Listen, you my hype bestie. We just
That's what I do. I hype people up.
you really my hype bestie right now. No,
Well,
thank
have
you.
a
Thank you so
blessed
much.
2026 and just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. Thank you. I really appreciate it. No, you too. Continue creating. I love what you be posting. I love it. Continue
Yeah,
doing that. And I love that you're creating this podcast, which is amazing. And then also that I'm your first guest too. So that
I'm
that
just
makes it even
saying.
more awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
All right. Well, Jake, that was awesome. All right. So I just have one last question for you, and this will be the mic drop. What's the lesson your life keeps teaching you that you want others to hear?
Nicole, you listen, you keep coming with these questions. That's a good one. I think what life has just been coming for me on is listen to your first intuition. Listen to your gut. I think each time that I've made a decision that was counter to what my initial reaction, initial feelings were about something, it's always been the wrong decision. It's just always been the wrong decision. And the universe has a really great way of letting you know that. But then it also has a really great way of redirecting things for you as well. And so my only take is trust your gut. Trust your spidey senses. Trust what your inner thoughts are telling you about a decision that you're uncertain of. I think sometimes too we often love to get the perspective of others, which I don't think is a bad thing as well. I think you should take heed to that as well. But ultimately, you're the one who's going to make that decision and make sure that decision feels good with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Che.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That was Che. I told you he was cool, proving once again that when you own your truth, lead with intention, and refuse to shrink, you shine AF without apology. All right, go ahead and hit subscribe, stay connected, and I'll see you at thenicolegray.com.